Good morning, friends. How Gravie 314, and we're doing extreme news, where we talk about news and just go crazy. I'd like to start this story by explaining what. Because my teacher, let me see if I get the names down. Back in the day, before DNA was a thing, people knew of its existence. If I remember right, they knew that DNA was proteins, which proteins are just amino acids. So amino acids are these little tiny, tiny, tiny things, and they make up proteins, these which are little tiny, tiny things. And then they knew that inside the nucleus of cells was DNA, and DNA is proteins mixed with, is it ribosomes? I think it's ribosomes. I think, I'm not sure. But, and so some people said, I think that DNA may be like the building blocks of us. It's what we're made out of. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Where? What? Man, Wikipedia, you suck. I'm looking at Wikipedia just to get names, but I don't see any names. But everyone else said, there it is. Apparently, it was first discovered in 1869 by a Swiss physician named Frederick Mirscher. And he discovered it by looking at used bandages, which my teacher says that's nasty. He could never do it. But people did it back then, and I think, what's his name? Who was the guy? Was it Benjamin Franklin, or some? One of those guys had like a whole graveyard in his basement where he would just like get bodies, dissect them, figure out how they worked, and then he would just throw the bones in his basement. Back then, that was perfectly fine. But things don't change. So if it's fine back then, it's fine now, right? We need to dig up Benjamin Franklin and kill him and then bury him again. Because you don't do that to corpses. Then we would be doing that to corpses. Whoa, we're thinking too much. We're not supposed to think in this news. Okay, so there were these two guys who were working on there it is. They were working on, well, we know that DNA exists. We know it's there, but what does it look like? We don't know. So they took all of their ideas they took all the ideas that were popular at the time, and they started making models of it. Now, when I said they were making models, they were Englishmen, Crick and Watson. Crick and Watson, they said, only thing they were going to do. Sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. The only thing we're going to do is we're going to take the existing data and figure out what the DNA looks like. And we're going to have someone else create these models for us, because they had to make them out of wood and stuff. And they were scientists, Crick and Watson. And back then, English scientists don't do anything except for just stand there and look snooty. So they have these ideas. And I think they had like 4 different models that they had to choose from. Which one was correct? At the time, and they did this in a Cavendish laboratory. At this time, there was a woman working in Cavendish laboratory named Rosalind Franklin. And she was using X-ray diffusions to figure out what DNA could look like. But she was doing it, she wasn't using these 3D models. Let me just see. Cancel this. She was using the old pen and paper 2-dimensional models. So she's working this, and she's taking these X-ray diffusion, diffraction images. You can't say pictures because they're not pictures. They're images. They're they're representation of. They're not exact science. But she's getting like really, really good at this. So one day she gets really, really good pictures, but it's late, so she goes home, and the guy who owns the lab, let's see, I don't see his name. So, but the guy who owns the lab sees that she's got these really good pictures, and he knows about Crick and Watson working, their models. So he grabs those photos and gives it to the guys. Back then, it's a big no-no. You never steal from another scientist. You give them a chance to work their data. If they don't get anything, then they'll share their data. But you always give the scientist a couple days at least. So what this guy did was really, really bad, really, really wrong. But whatever. The guys see this picture, and I think only one of them saw it. And he goes, "Oh my goodness, that looks like one of our models. We got it." And he goes and discovers DNA, discovers the importance of it, and now DNA is everywhere. It's even websites, DNA and 23andMe and all this crap. Later on, much later, the award for the Nobel Peace Prize comes out. And Crick, Watson, and even the guy who owns the laboratory, all these men get the award. Rosalind Franklin doesn't get the award. So sad. And that's the story our teacher tells us. Now he kind of tells us the whole truth, but he doesn't really like spend too much time on it. But like one thing, I mean, why wouldn't the owner of the lab get it? I mean, it's his lab. He's giving everyone the money. Now, one thing that is bad, I don't know if it was Crick or Watson wrote this book and just bashed Rosalind Franklin, just bashed her. Just told her that she was mean to people and she was hateful and no one liked to work with her. But he's a scientist. He doesn't realize that his book actually made him look bad because everyone loved Rosalind. Rosalind would go out on news reports and she'd be like, well, they would ask her, do you feel bad about what happened? She's like, listen, I was doing drawings. I was doing two-dimensional drawings. It would have taken me months, maybe even years to discover what it looked like. They did it in a couple days. So they saved us so much time. I mean, no, I do not hate them for doing it. But the question is, why didn't she get the Nobel Prize? Because she was dead. And the Nobel Prize never goes to dead people. It wasn't because she's a woman. It wasn't because they thought less of her. The Nobel Prize does not go to women. And my teacher's telling me this, and I'm like, dude, didn't you just hear? Stephen Hawking never got the Nobel Prize. Never. He writes this paper that people said is genius and would probably give him the Nobel Prize. And now he can't get the Nobel Prize because it's only awarded to alive people, not to dead people. So, I mean, I thought everyone knew that, especially now when the huge thing is about Stephen Hawking. Now, in a couple of years, people are going to forget. But come on, this just happened. So the news is about that, where we only tell half the truth and we kind of have fun and we don't think too much. Like last night, I was in a chat session. Oh my God. And I thought we were going to talk about comic books and stuff. It was, what you call it? It was DNC's, your boy Zach, last night on Indiegogo. Let's go see that real quick. Oh, it's IE. Indiegogo. I just have to see it. I have to know. Wow. He got 119,454. Now, he was saying he wanted to beat the guy who wrote the Black series. There's these comic books about how all blacks are targeted by white people and all black people, white people want to kill all black people. That was the main thing about the book. I mean, That was the message. All white people want to kill all black people. And it doesn't matter if you're married to one or have them in your family. It doesn't matter. It's the truth. He said, if I can beat him, that would be a great, great thing. And he had a Kickstarter, which I don't think he funded. I hope I'm going to get the right guys, right? Yeah, this is right. Because I remember looking it up. It was the Black Series. And he's like, he kept on, he would have a Indiegogo or Kickstarter, I don't know which. And he would have a new one, and that new one would fund the previous one. So he had to have a new one, and that would fund the previous. It was so bizarre. But I think he screwed up, and so the money went somewhere. He had 775 backers. And he says, listen, if I can just beat him, that'd be awesome. If I could just beat him, that'd be like so cool. So come on, people. For your old boy, Zach, let's do it. Last night, he wasn't close. He had like 100, maybe 200 left. And he was like, you know what? I beat him on money. Because he had $91,000. He says, I beat him on money, so I'm going to take that as a win. Who would have thought he got 3,339 backers? He beat him. He beat him by numbers. He beat him by money. He beat him by numbers. He beat him. He beat him. He beat him. He beat him. Wow. So last night, EVS is with this guy named Hard Bastard. Great name, okay? I'm pretty sure you're an up and up gentleman with the name Hard Bastard. I hope that this isn't a lie. I hope that you're not a fake bastard. That would be wrong. Oh my God! I'm just saying this. I don't know if you can see this, but to me, that's grits. That's grits. That is grits. It's a thick, corny. Oh, cheesy. Goodness gracious. That is some good stuff. So I'm hoping to catch Yo Boy Zach on because he says, listen, I'm going to do a live stream and then I'm going to hit up people's live streams and let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Let's just do this. So EVS, I go. This for a certain time, and so we're just all BSing about pies and crap because EVS went on and he was talking about how great pies were, but he can't have it because he's on a diet. Oh my God! Sorry. So everyone's making fun of his pies, his pie obsession, and how like they're going. I went to the store today. And even in Canada, they were all out of pies. I don't know how EVS is doing it, but he's stealing all the pies. Just shit like that. Then EVS comes on and Hard Bastard comes on. And they start talking about James Gunn again. And about how he's terrible. And it's like, he's not telling jokes. He's telling quote jokes. So-called jokes. He's telling these so-called jokes. For example, about how he went to a hotel room and the water pressure was so low, it felt like he was getting peed on by a 3-year-old. Oh my God, that's a pedophile joke. Oh my God, that's a pedophile joke. Oh my God, that's a pedophile joke. Of course it is. You're turned on by that joke, right? Please, me, I'm totally turned on by it. Apparently, pedophile doesn't have to do anything with sex. Pedophile just has to be a young person doing something. I mean, it's going to be now where if a little kid is on TV, that's a pedophile. You're a pedophile because you're watching a little kid. What do you mean you're not getting sexual gratification from it? Of course you are, weirdo. But apparently that's a pedophile joke. They said that he joked about raping his daughter. And I watched the clip. It was him. It was hard to watch the video because it was a video of a video. It was like if I turn like this, can I ask you to watch my monitor and said, I'm going to discuss this. And you're like, I can't see it. It's hard to see. But there was, is her name Jenna Elfman? Jenna Elfman was in a movie with him. And they were talking about, it was a movie. No, not Jenna Elfman. Jenna, what's her name? Yeah, why would I mix her up? And let's just put up this. Jenna Fisher. Is that her name? What are you doing? You're in my way. Yeah, it was her, and they did a movie together. I don't know what it was called. Unfortunately, they always make the details sketchy. I thought it was something called Lolly Loop, Lolly Love. How is James? Oh, he was a cast member. So it was directed by Jenna Fisher, and James Gunn was just an actor. And so they're doing this scene, and I don't really know what the scene is. I've never watched this movie. I apologize. I should do my due diligence. But guess what? In extreme news, we do no due diligence. We don't care. We want the extreme. So apparently they're going through a scene about a daughter and not just talking about the sex, talking about the sex talk with your daughter, but the anal sex talk with your daughter. And they're just going through the scene, and she's like, "Can we just stop talking about the anal sex? I don't want to talk about my daughter's first time with anal sex." And he just, I guess out of character, just says, "Yeah, because I should be the first one who got that, or I should be the first one who raped my daughter anally." It was a character thing. It was. I've never worked on a movie scene. I always think that they're like very tense, especially after watching or hearing that clip with Christian Bale with the lights, moving the lights. You're moving the lights, blah, 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 just screaming. And so I always think that they could be really tense, or they could be a good time just where you relax. Oops, sorry. You just have fun and create a movie. But apparently, because he joked about this, now he has a daughter that he anally rapes. I don't really understand it. I don't get it. But apparently this is bad. Also, there was a movie, and I couldn't find this. There was a movie where there was a monkey, and the monkey on set, I guess, was masturbating in front of some kids, and James Gunn laughed at it. He thought it was the funniest thing ever. And a person who said this said, "I now feel really sick about this." I'm like, what do you? And I think about it now, and I should have said, you know what? We're extreme news. Thank you for telling me. When I take my kids to the zoo and the monkeys masturbate, I didn't know that was pedophilia. I thought that was just nature. I thought monkeys masturbate. Okay, it's a thing. And if my kids say what's going on, I'd just say, the monkey's having a little fun with himself. And if my kid's a little older, I'll say, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as he does. See, he's a monkey. But we can't do that. You have to do that in private. But it's totally okay. It's perfectly natural. I did not know that we have to tell our kids, no, that's wrong. That's pedophilia. Get out of here. Take our kids and run out of here. Say, we're boycotting this zoo. In fact, we should boycott all zoos. You with me? High five. We should boycott all zoos because masturbating monkeys are wrong. Are you taking sexual gratification from it? Of course you are. Don't deny it. Of course you are. That's why you're laughing. Everyone knows laughter equals sexual arousal. Everyone knows this. Jeez, people. I wish you would learn. I wish you would wake up. Wake up. This is the news. Extreme news. What else do we got? Oh, and by the way, I just want to touch one more thing on this whole pedophile thing. Everyone says Hitler was a bad guy and he did wrong, and he ends up killing himself, which is a bad thing. And he killed, 6 million people of men, women, children. That's really bad. But at least he didn't have sex with them. Okay? At least he didn't have sex with any of them. He was a stand-up guy. James Gunn, dirtbag. Hitler, oh, bad guy, but not that bad, because he didn't have sex with them. Never. And what about Anne Frank? Has anyone ever read the Diary of Anne Frank? That thing is filled with just masturbation. And she was what, 13 years old? Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. Hitler did nothing wrong. That girl was just making pornography. She was making pornography. How many more books would she have written, or other people would have written? Oh my goodness. We need to stop this. We need to stop. Censorship is needed. Free think equals free thought equals pedophiles. If we stop free speech, if we stop free thought, then we stop pedophiles. Who's with me? I don't let you guys talk. You guys are never allowed to talk. Oh, that's tiring. And collusion isn't a crime. I don't care that for months and months and months. Months and months means an unspecific amount of time. Oh, I'll say the other. For at least a minute, Trump has been saying, there was no collusion. There was no collusion. There was no collusion. Now, collusion is not a crime. Collusion is not a crime. Let's just find out what collusion is. I think it's hiding stuff, but let's just see. Collusion is a secret agreement or cooperation, especially for an illegal or deceitful purpose, acting in collusion with an enemy. I don't think that's right. I think that if someone murders someone and I hide the person, or if I help the person hide the body, I'm kind of in collusion with them. I think that I'd get nailed. I'm just saying. I may have not killed the person, but I'm trying to hide it. And a lot of times, people commit a crime, and they don't really care. Well, public doesn't care about the crime. They care about you hiding it. Because then it shows that you know it was wrong. Kind of like, if there's smoke but no fire, but someone is standing there with a whole bunch of empty buckets around them, hey, was there a fire here that you put out? Collusion. Collusion. Saying. What else we got to talk about? Do I even have this here? No, I don't have my notes. Oh, wait, I might have it here. I know one was about the cheerleaders. So apparently, locally, there is a ban on aerials. Stop it, you pedo. Stop it. We know what you were thinking. Stop it. Stop it. See, everyone has a pedo inside them. That's why we need to stomp it. There's no pure people anymore. Everyone, we need to stop it. In fact, we should just all mass kill each other. Just have a purge. But I guess in the purge, pedophilia would still be illegal. You can do whatever you want. You can kill millions of men, women, and children. And I think it's funny. It's not funny, but this was a what's his name? Joke. What's that guy? CK. What is CK? I am blanking on his first name. I want to say Willie CK. Louis CK. Louis CK was trying to explain his idea that having sex with a minor is bad. Killing the minor afterwards is worse. Much, much, much worse. Because the person's dead. You can't come back and say, hey, listen, do you feel better that you were killed? They're dead. They're gone. They will never be here again on this planet, ever again. Not in that way, shape, or form. If you believe in reincarnation, they'll be back. but they'll be back in a different form, in a different way. So he was trying to explain that sex is bad, murder is worse. But for some reason, we kind of think that sex is worse, murder is okay. So if you have sex with a minor and then kill them, there's no victim, they're dead. But if you have sex and they live, then there's so many victims and so many people who want to kill you. So he was trying to come up with this joke about why do we think this way? Why do we think that living is worse than dying? How can we even think about this? And it reminds me, when I was a kid, we had a movie with George Burns. And it's not the old God movies, but it was with what's her name? Brooke Shields. Come on, where is it? 18 again. Just You and Me, kid. 1979. So I was a kid, and Brooke Shields was definitely a kid. Let's just see. She was 65, 75. She was 14. She was 13, 14 in it. And in the beginning of the movie, she's trying to escape people, I think, that are trying to kill her or something. And she's naked. So she hides in the back of his car, and you see her butt. A 14, 14-year-old's butt. Back then, it meant nothing. It was cute. I mean, it was a little Brooke Shields. And you see her naked tushy. But nowadays, oh my God, that you would be on death row if you either watched it, made it, joked about it. In fact, me joking about it, I'm probably going to get death row, threats. Like, not that I'm going to kill you, but I wish you would go to death row, which I probably should be there, but hey, they don't got me there yet. The times have changed. We're all insane now. We have all gone batty. But let's get back to the news. So apparently, aerials are when they take the cheerleaders and they throw them up in the air and then they catch them. And a local hospital says that's dangerous. Well, duh, it's dangerous. That's why they got to be careful. I mean, but no, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. So we're banned it. I say good. We should go further. We should ban all sports. In fact, we should just ban the outdoor. You know how dangerous the outdoors are? They got ticks. They got poison ivy. They got wild animals. There's cars. There's pedophiles. There's killers. All of these things are outside. We need to keep kids in the house on their video games, just staring at the TV. That's it. That is the only cure. And take away those dang where they can talk to each other. Because guess what? Guess what lives on there? Pedophiles, killers, robbers, ticks, poison ivy. All those things live online, talking to your kids. Yeah, the ticks are like, hey, come outside. Yeah, just go into the weeds in the back. You won't see me, but I'm there. I'm there. Don't worry about it. I'm there. So we need to keep our kids inside, like veal. Just put them in a cage in front of the TV, on their, I don't know, play boxes, Nintendo stations. I don't know, but we gotta keep them safe. Keep them safe, because if we don't, who will? Huh? Who's gonna keep them safe? Who's gonna keep them safe from masturbating monkeys? Who's gonna keep them safe from? What else we got? Because we know that kids love peeing on people. Please, every boy, as soon as he learns how to pee, wants to pee on everything. And they do it sexually too. I'm telling you, those kids know. Perverts. People pissing me off. It's just we gotta get sane again, people. We have to get sane. That's why we need extreme news. Guess what? Comic book sales decline. Not real. Let's just look. Are comic book sales on declining? And listen, we understand Disney firing Roseanne, bad. Disney firing Roseanne was really bad. Because proving that you're a racist is it you if I say something that proves that I'm a racist, guess what? I should be okay. Okay, guess what? Uh-oh. But if I joke about pedophile, if I say bad jokes about being a pedophile, which I've never been a pedophile, I don't have kids, I'm not around kids, but if I joke about it, guess what? Hang them high, give them the trebuchet. Apparently in 2017, what is this? Come on, stop giving me that cookie. Market Watch, this website called Market Watch, was saying that there was a slump in the sales of comics. Uh-oh, my backup went through. Uh-oh, my updates need to go through. The other thing, because I didn't write any of this down. Sorry. This girl's asking me about my hair color. I don't know if I should say. I could explain it, but you would not. It would just show how insane I am. In case you're wondering why I chose. Okay, so last year I saw women dyeing their hair, and I said, how come men can't dye their hair? I mean, we can take the gray out, but we can't like dye it an extreme color. Yeah, I told you guys this, but I'll say it again so you don't have to go through all this mess of videos. How come men cannot dye their hair extreme colors? If you do, you're soy, you're fey, you may be a little woo, as we used to say back in the day. But you can't be like a normal straight person, man. Can't be a normal straight man with extremely weird hair color. It just doesn't exist in this world. And I said, that's wrong. But why can't it be? Then my friend, the girl from Senegal, she says one day, which I'm on the computer and I'm typing, she goes, and she's behind me, she goes, I really like the color of your hair. Now, she has black hair. And I think I have black hair, and I don't understand why would she say that I have nice colored hair when we have the same hair color. And I said, what color are you talking about? What? And she says, oh, gray. I said, I'm going to dye my hair. I'm going to dye my hair some color. I just made up my mind. So I dyed it blue. Fortunately, if you have gray, black hair, and you dye it blue, only thing it looks is black. So I said, that's not good. So I waited and waited, and then I dyed it blonde, and I burnt my skull. I did it so extremely blonde. Now I just dye it every so often whenever I feel like it. But yeah, so that's why my hair is blonde, because I'm trying to figure out why cannot straight, God-fearing, normal men dye their hair extreme colors. Women can. How many brunettes dye their hair blonde? Constantly, over and over again, until you're finally like, what is your hair color anyway? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. But yeah. Man. You don't know what you're missing. If you come over to my house, you can definitely have some. Oh, I have new neighbors now over here. They were like, there's 2 cars outside. Father confronts naked man. This has to be a pedophile story. Damn, I missed it. That's gonna be a pedophile story. Me, if I ever saw a naked man in public, I would probably freak out, thinking the Terminators come back in time. And for some reason, Terminators couldn't bring back clothes. I don't really remember why. Something about they couldn't bring back inorganic things. But couldn't you just bring back clothing that's organic? I never understood that. Another reason why I didn't really like the Terminator. Why do I have to watch naked men? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but why do I have to watch naked men? And no, I didn't watch the other ones. I didn't watch Terminator 2. I mean, if you can't bring back inorganic things, Terminator 2, wasn't that with the T-1000, which was the guy, and he was just like a blob of metal? How the hell did he come back? And then the girl, at that point, when the machine was a girl, I didn't even care anymore. I'm like, I'm so confused about this whole thing. Can we have something easy to watch? Can we have a good movie? Like, I don't know. Like, what you call it? Mission Impossible. Yes. I also have no clue what's going on there, but you don't really care about Mission Impossible. Not 50 Shades, because in the US, you can watch thousands of children being murdered on TV. You can watch the worst horrific, people tore apart, and it's like, we'll give it an R. But you show a booby, not in my house, out of here. Sex is wrong. Killing's okay. Sex is the worst thing ever. Killing, it's bad, but it's not that bad. Apparently, someone needs to tell, I don't know. Just looking through these. Dark Tower? Huh? Come on. Although that had a kid in it. I guess that was a pedophile movie. Yeah, apparently just having Smurfs. Come on, can we just make more Smurf movies? Can't we? Last night, oh my God, I ate so much. I made baked potatoes, boxed macaroni and cheese, and broccoli. I didn't have any clams, so I couldn't try out. My teacher said to take a can of clams and put it in the macaroni and cheese, which to me sounds like the most depressing thing in the world. But he says it's good. Is my TV in HD? I don't know. Oh my God, I'm gonna eat this all. I'm gonna eat this up, and someone's gonna be so mad at me. Oh my God. That is not for you. That is not for you. It's for him. I'm just playing with him. He knows that though. God, that was good. That was some good stuff. Well, all my viewers have abandoned me. That's okay. Man. That was so good. Did you hear that? That was my tummy going, yeah. Gotta drink some of my. I don't know what's gonna happen. Did I fail? Did I pass? I probably failed. But whatever. I'm just saying, people, we need extreme news. We need to tell your friends, tell your family to watch extreme news. I'm going to try to get some more extreme news. and then be on later. We need to fight. We need to fight. We need laws. We need rules. We need to stop this cancer that's moving through America. I'm not sure how we feel about that guy who got arrested in England. And apparently he's on charges because he says, we don't want foreigners in the country. We have enough problems. Please. Please, people. I'm just saying, we need to keep, we need to lessen foreigners. We need to stop them from coming in. I think he especially feels that to Muslims. We have our own problems. So I don't know if we should take the role that what he's doing is patriotic or what he's doing is Hitlerism. I don't know a better word for it because it's not really Nazism, it's Hitlerism. Because that's when you just compare someone to Hitler. They have like no, they have 2 legs, 2 arms, a body, and a head, and you just compare. You go, yep, they're the same. So I don't know. I'm not sure how we should go with that. I'll ask my crack writers. Here's one of them right now. And I don't know. I'm thinking we should go with he's Hitler. But Hitler did nothing wrong. He wasn't a pedophile. Just remember that. Hitler was no pedophile. In fact, he stopped pedophilia. If you think about it, he stopped it. Hitler, pedophile stopper. That should be the headline. Hitler killed pedophiles. At least one. At least one. Now, I think she died by pneumonia, but still, he kept the world safe until her dad released the book. Man. Well, thank you, people. I think that's it for us. No music today. I don't want to move him. Sorry. He's old. And he's been acting weird. Every morning I wake up and he's on the counter behind me. One that's way, way behind me, which you can't really see because I took off. Last night, he wanted food. But so like the past 2 mornings, he's been like just sitting there waiting for me. I don't know why. But last night, I try to feed Boots. Not Boots. He has Boots. I try to feed Midnight. See, I'm terrible. I mix up people's names. I'm a bad person. I should get death row. Death row to death row to Gravie. But I was trying to feed Midnight, and Boots just darted into the bathroom and just stayed in the bathtub. So that's not good. I don't know what to do. And Midnight, when she was just like, oh, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. So I finally got Boots out of the bathroom. I gave her food. And then I didn't want Boots to wait. So I gave him a separate dish, and I put his on the kitchen table because I've never seen Midnight on the kitchen table. She'll come here, and she'll hop on the chair, hop on the seat part, and then hop up here. But she'll just hop. She won't jump. She never leaves. So, I'm like, he's safe there. And then I feed Yip Yip, and I feed them both in the kitchen. Then I open up the bathroom door because I'm figuring Boots isn't going to go in there. And by the time he goes in there, the pill's going to be gone. So I start doing things and trying to clean up around here, which is still a hellhole. I got my comic books better. Yesterday, all the flaps were like all over the place. And it was driving me nuts because you would see like parts of flaps and it just driving me crazy. Like maybe I need to put a piece of tape on them just to keep them down. But I get done with that and I look over on the kitchen table and there's Midnight finishing up Boots' food. I'm like, but how'd she get up there? She had to jump on the chair and then on the table. Boots does something. He like pounces. I've seen him do this. He'll be standing there and he kind of like just springs up and then onto the table. I don't know how he does it. I mean, sometimes he'll like back up and jump, but sometimes he'll just somehow he has his 4 legs and he just boing, and I'm like, well, how'd you do that? I must have seen that, saw that, mistook what happened. I don't know. We need to get some more extreme news. This is fun. Okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about that guy tonight when we get more information. Because he is. We need to break open the borders. We need to have no borders. No, we'll talk about that later tonight. Okay. Well, peace and love. We're out of here. Remember, this is all in fun. We are extreme news. We are not real news. We are nowhere near real news. Please, if you hear a story and you get offended by it, go look at the source. I probably got it really, really wrong. Just do a Google search on it. I probably totally misscrewed what happened. You know, probably James Gunn is a huge pedophile. Oh, no, that was our story. That he is a huge pedophile. Then the truth isn't out there. And listen, if they ever do, if he ever goes on trial, okay, and he's found not guilty, then I'll apologize. I think that's the best thing ever because he's not going to go on trial. You don't go on trial for saying bad jokes. Well, did anyone? I think Lenny Bruce did. And he was telling some really, really stupid jokes. I mean, near the end, he was just like lecturing people. He's like, "Shut up! Just make me laugh." Oh, but laughter equals sexual gratification or sexual arousal, so that's bad. Well, you stop it! I'm trying to finish this up. Okay? Are you done with me? Are you? Are you done with me? Can I finish this up now? I know. Can I finish? All right. He says nothing. I lost the mouse because he knocked it off. Okay, so that's it for us. Hopefully you have a good day. Hopefully you get done what you want to get done. He's trying to stop me from doing these extreme newsies. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I need my hand back. Well, this is. I know I'm a lefty, but I do everything with my right hand. I know that doesn't make me a lefty. I know. Peace and love. We're out of here. Hopefully you get what you want. If you don't get what you want, you get what you need. And so you saw how I was brutal to him. I was so abusive that he probably peed himself. Oh, I do remember when I freaked out midnight so much he peed on me. That wasn't a good time. I should get the death chair. I should get the trebuchet. When is tax-free day? It's coming up. So hopefully you get what you want. If you don't get what you want, you get what you need. We are out of here. Yes, peace guns. I give you food. I give you shelter. I give you love. You want more? Who are you, Oliver Twist? We are out of here, everyone. Please be good to each other. Remember, there's always more than one side to a story. I'm not saying there's two sides. There's always more than one. Maybe like 1.5. And if you don't have fun with it, we'll all go crazy. Peace and love. We are out of here. Bye-bye.